What does it mean then, Jen? What does it mean to decolonize therapy
Yeah.
emotionally, not just politically or theoretically? How do you sense when it's happening in a room or in a relationship or in yourself? What does that mean,
Yeah.
actually?
Yeah. It means that we're willing to go underground, right? Meaning that we're willing to go to the root. We're willing to get curious about the ways that our people survived and thrived and reclaim some of that. I believe that we are very much connected to land, that we are not apart from land. So when we think of this process of our lands being taken, utilized, desecrated in some way, shape, or form, that also has had, without a doubt, an impact on each of us, right? It's had an impact on how we think about ourselves, our relationship with one another. It has an impact on whether or not we feel we're well in a society that consistently more and more does not quite feel so well and makes many of us that are on the margins feel like, am I the problem? Am I bonkers? What's happening here? So the invitation in decolonizing therapy is to see our bodies as living archives, right? Is to see our neurodiversity, our other ways of knowing as living archives, and really moving back. I have this framework. It's the four pillars, and it's honoring the past, aspects of the political, the psychological, as well as the people. And in that, what we mean is the past, as you know, the historical trauma. What has happened? What are the ways that our people have not been able to grieve? What are the ways that our rage is masked and pushed aside and not also loved on and given a stage? What are the ways that trauma is transmitted? How? Why? And how does that land in us? What does that look like today? And when we get to the political, we're not talking about, parties or Democrat or Republican. We're talking about who has access. As I mentioned before, who has access to care, who has access to community, to nurturing. The psychological is how the impact of colonization has impacted our psyche, our well being, our soma, and our nervous systems, right? There's such a focus on nervous systems these days. That's because there's so much activation, right? And the invitation is that maybe that activation isn't the problem, right? Maybe that activation is curious, right? And we need to get curious back. Maybe that activation is activating other places, spaces, ways of knowing so that we can be even more of ourself. And this all lands with a little bow of the people, you and me. Yeah, everybody else. How are we in relationship with one another and in community, even when it's messy and gnarly and sticky and rough? And so it really, decolonizing therapy at its root is getting to the root of us and where we have been displaced in some way, shape, or form from our true highest form of self.